Hello dear friends and welcome to Dakshan's coaching classes. I am Miss Pooja and I am going to start with a new lesson of 9th standard, the first lesson. The name of the lesson is Laws of Motion. So what exactly do you mean by motion? Laws of motion. We are going to study about the laws of motion. So now when I say that an object or I travel from a certain point to certain another point. So this movement of me moving from position A to position B is called as motion. Now when I talk about motion, any object, now for example, this duster. Now this duster, until and unless I apply certain external force, it is not going to move. So when do I say that an object is set into motion? When an external force is applied to certain object, the object moves, means the object is set into motion. Now for example, take a fan. Now fan is being operated with the help of a switch. The moment I put on the switch of the fan starts moving, means this is an external force which I am applying to the fan, which sets the stationary fan into motion. So how am I going to write for motion? So motion when objects move from one place to another, when an external force is applied, the object is set into motion. So whenever an object is given an external force, you try to push an object, means you are applying an external force, and that is how the object is set into motion. So this is what is motion. Moving on to the next topic, that is distance and displacement. It is very easy, my dear students. Distance, what exactly do you mean by distance? Now when I talk about distance, now for example, distance. Now for example, from an object A, from the position A, I travel to position B and then I travel to position C. So this is the actual path that I take to move to position C. My situation was, I was at position A and wanted to go to position C. I could have gone this way also, but that was not possible. So I took another distance. I traveled first B and then moved to position C. So this much is, say for example, 70 meters. This is say 50 meters. So how will you define for distance? Distance is the actual path that I travel to reach my destination. So I travel from A to B and then B to C. So what will be the total distance of my travel? It will be 70 meters plus 50 meters. So it gives me 120 meters. So distance can be defined as the actual path traveled by an object to reach a particular position. So what is the path that I travel? I travel from A to B and then B to C. So this is your distance. Now moving on to the next point or the next topic, that is displacement. See, the words are similar in sound, distance and displacement. But when I go to define displacement, it is the shortest route, possible route. It is the shortest possible route taken by an object to reach the position is called as your displacement. Now for example, the shortest distance or the route was A to C. Also I could have travelled from A directly to C. But no, what I did, I first travelled to B and then I moved to point C. But if you go to C, your displacement, the object can be displaced from point A directly to point C. Is that route possible? See, you cannot. If you want to travel from India to America, you cannot travel directly. Or see, the route should also be possible. If it is not possible, then you cannot travel. Now from here to America, if you have to travel, what you do? You book a flight ticket and then you travel. That is the only possible route that you need to take. So any route which is possible for a human being to travel, that is called as your displacement. Distance is what? Distance is the actual path an object travels to reach the destination, whereas displacement is the shortest route the object takes to reach the destination. Distance and displacement. Now your distance can be defined as the actual path travelled by an object. But in case of displacement, it becomes the shortest possible route travelled by the object is called as your displacement. Okay. Now, one more difference is that when an object covers a circular motion, I am saying an object when it covers a circular motion. Now for example, a circular motion, object is starting from point A, it is traveling and reaching the same point A. So here you can say that the displacement was 0. You can say when an object, it travels a certain distance and reaches the same position, the displacement is taken as 0. But if I say that the object covers certain distance, can it be true? Yes, because when the object is moving in circular path, it is covering certain distance. So for example, if the object starts from point A, it reaches point B, then it reaches point C, then it reaches point D and then comes back to A. In this case, I can say the displacement is 0, but yes, the distance cannot be 0 because it is moving. Now for example, this is 10 meters, this is say 20 meters, this is say 15 meters, this is say 10 meters. So the distance travelled, the actual distance travelled by the object will be what? It will be 10 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10. So it will be it will be 55 meters, even if the displacement is 0, but here the distance covered by the object will be 55 meters. Another example I give you so that the concept of displacement being 0 whereas the distance travelled is not 0 is very, very clear to every one of you. Okay? A car, it moves from point P, it travels a distance of 370 meters in moving from point P to Q. Okay, it is traveling along a straight line, it reaches point Q and then again from point Q it travels back to the same point, that is P. So here also you can say that the displacement of the car is 0. But my dear students, here it is for going, it is traveling 370 meters and for coming back also it is traveling 370 meters. So here the actual distance travelled will be from P to Q and back to Q to P, it will be 370 plus 370. So it will be what? It will be 740 meters. So the actual distance travelled by this car will be how much? It will be 740 meters. So these two are the cases. There are many more examples where I can tell you that the actual distance travelled is there, but the displacement is taken to be 0. Okay, so I hope the concept of distance and displacement is Clear? So, in today's class, what did we study? We first studied about motion. What is motion? How will you define motion? Motion can be defined as every object continues to be in state of rest until and unless an external force is applied to that object. Okay? So, motion can be defined as every object continues to be in state of rest until and unless it is applied with external force. This is the first topic that we studied for today's class. Then the second topic that we studied for today's class was distance and displacement. Distance is what? It is the actual path taken by the object to reach its destination, whereas displacement is the shortest possible route that the object takes to reach its destination. The second difference between the two is displacement can be zero, but distance travelled by the object is never zero. Okay? I hope, my dear students, the three concepts of this lesson, laws of motion, are very clear to you. I hope you like my videos. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.